Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Leeson Show, live from the Scientology Community Centre here in Dublin. Bringing you Ireland's most talented artists every Friday night. Tonight, our guests are the BeerMats. They play for us truly authentic Irish music. They are Ray Delaney on banjo and mandolin, Tony O'Brien on flute and whistle, Brian Smith on guitar, Colin Gibbons on vocals, bodhrán and whistle, and Brian Cleary on electric guitar and bass. This year, the BeerMats celebrate their 28th year on the Irish music scene. They come from Ballyfermot, where people are proud of their musical heritage and many renowned Irish musicians served their apprenticeship. They had a lot to live up to, but successfully followed in the footsteps of the Keenan family, the Pavies, Liam Kennedy, the Furies, Pat O'Cullen, Paddy Sweeney and Liam Weldon. They performed throughout Ireland, the UK, Germany, Switzerland and Spain, and at the Louisville Irish Festival as part of the 2010 Ryder Cup. They're here to play for us now. Folks, here are the BeerMats.
Well, there's four a shed a room and they work hard for the crack. Oh, getting up on Sunday, I never get to Mass. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, gets further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. When Friday night comes around, now Eddie's into fighting. My ma would like a letter home, but I am too tired of waiting. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, it's further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. And the only time I feel alright is when I'm into drinking. Oh, it levels out the pain a bit and levels out my thinking. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, gets further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. And it almost breaks my heart when I think of Josephine, 'cause I promised I'd be coming back with pockets full of green. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, gets further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Well, I thought I saw a piper playing, or maybe it's an ocean. I thought I'd see my horses dance upon that different ocean. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, gets further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, gets further day by day. It's a long, long way from Clare to here. It's such a long, long way from Clare to here. It's such a long, long way from Clare to here. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be here on the Stephen Leeson Show. As I said, we are the BeerMats from Ballyfermot. And that was a great song by Rob McTell, made famous by our friends and neighbours, the Furies. So this next song we got by a lovely man called Mick Fitzgerald, who passed away a few years ago. And it's about all the Irish people in the 50s and 60s who went off to England to make their fortune and never came home. It's called The New Roads of England. Well, the town from the hill is a lovely sight. Night shines for miles in the dead of the night, but beauty is nothing when money is tight. I'm ploughing the new roads of England, and Marlin and Lee and Doherty too. Like games on the street in a slow afternoon, and the old people watched how the years flew. Ploughing the new roads of England, and letters from Mary and pictures from me should go home at the end of this long road. They're digging some new ones, whatever will be. You might find me along the wood road. Wood road. Well, Marion looks out from a treacherous sky, but up in the window it's sleep in her eyes, and her romance young, and the years have passed by. Ploughing the new roads of England, and Doherty sits by the side of the stream, throws in a penny and he pays for a dream. But the hills are around, they always will be. Ploughing the new roads of England, and letters from Mary and pictures from me should go home at the end of this long road. They're digging some new ones, whatever will be. You might find me along the wood road. The wood road. Factory closes, one building to raise. Marion cleans floors and Don leads the ways. And the young men I know have been asking I'll be late. Are you ploughing some new roads in England? And many a Sunday I sit on my own as a church bell ring out in a slow English town, and I look out the window and I drink my beer down. Go back to the new roads of England, and letters from Mary and pictures from me should go home at the end of this long road. They're digging some new ones, whatever will be. You might find me along the wood road. The wood road. And letters from Mary and pictures from me, I shall go home at the end of this long road. But they're digging some new ones, whatever will be. You might find me along the wood road. And letters from Mary and pictures from me, you shall go home at the end of this long road. They're digging some new ones, whatever will be. You might find me along the wood road. The wood road. The wood road. The wood road. Great song by Mick Fitzgerald. This next song was a song that Luke Kelly recorded many, many years ago. And we just heard a story of it the other night. It was like, we always thought it was an Irish song, but it's actually a Scottish song about a lifeboat that went out to save another ship. It's called a lifeboat, Mona. It goes something like this.
I love it.
And remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned on the lifeboat Mona was the name. Oh, the captain signaled to the shore, must have help or we'll go down. From Brodie Ferry at 2 a.m. they sent the lifeboat Mona. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned, the lifeboat Mona was the name. Oh, 8 men formed that gallant crew, set their sights against the main. The wind so hard and the sea so rough, we'll never see land home again. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned on the lifeboat Mona was the name. Oh, the wind did blow and the sea run in, beat the land with mighty waves. In St. Andrew's Bay the lightship fought the sea until her morning's cave. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned on the lifeboat Mona was the name. Oh, 2 lay drowned in that gallant air, 3 were washed up on the shore. 8 men died when the boat capsized, and those 8 are lost forevermore. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned on the lifeboat Mona was her name. And remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned on the lifeboat Mona was her name. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. The men who leave the land behind, those men who'll never see home again. Remember December 59, howling wind and the driving rain. Remember the gallant men who drowned, the lifeboat Mona was her name. The Lifeboat Mona. This next song is a very special song to us. We play at this, it's kind of a joyful thing every year in Ballyfermot for anybody who has passed away. So we're going to get dedicated this one to anybody who's been affected by COVID or anybody who's lost anybody in the last couple of years. It's a great song called Absent Friends. Time heals wounds, they say. Time takes the pain away. I wonder why it never happened for me. Though it's years since you went away, I miss you night and day. Why you had to go is a mystery to me. What seems important then becomes trivial when fate deals the cards that forces your hand. All the places we've been, all the things we have seen, no more in the future, it's just as in plan. Now time heals wounds, they say. Time takes the pain away. I wonder why it never happened for me. Though it's years since you went away, I miss you night and day. Why you had to go is a mystery to me. Now small things you do, we have pictures of you, they're printed for life on the back of my mind. I was always so sure your life was so pure. Through faults and the bad times, a loved one stays blind. Now I always found when you were around, you helped me with worries, you eased all my fears, and you always had time for problems of mine. A shoulder to cry on, a listening ear. Time heals wounds, they say. Time takes the pain away. I wonder why it never happened for me. Though it's years since you went away, I miss you night and day. Why you had to go is a mystery to me. Mr. Tony Brennan. Time heals wounds, they say. Time takes the pain away. I wonder why it never happened for me. Oh, it's years since you went away. I miss you night and day. Why you had to go is a mystery to me. It's why you had to go. It's a mystery to me. Thank you.
There we have it, the BeerMats. And that particular song, I think, would bring a tear to a glass eye. Memories and memories of that song myself. Remember, my dad used to sing it quite a lot, and I sing it on occasion as well. And one of the lads that I mentioned, actually, I think was the first person I ever heard it was actually Paddy Sweeney. He's also from Ballyfermot. But delighted to have the lads here beside me. The BeerMats, how are you doing, lads?
Hey, Stephen.
Good to have you here, like, you know. What a song, like, you know. Jeez, it's nearly in tears there crying.
It's a terrible song. And Steve, I'll take a chance. I lost my father-in-law a couple of weeks ago, so it's for dedicate that to Noel Kershaw, who passed away a few weeks ago. So.
Absolutely. Okay.
So, but thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks very much for being on. Paddy Sweeney was the first I heard it. Did you sing it before, Paddy?
I came across a song from Paddy Sweeney, and as I said, we do this mass every year in Ballyfermot, and I think Paddy couldn't make it one night, and he says, "Collie, can you do this song at the mass?" And I said, "Well, I'd never heard it before," so I says, "I'll give it a go," and I did, and we've been doing it ever since. And it just every time we perform in Ballyfermot, people say, "Do After Friends, do After Friends." So it became a special song for us. But it's a special song for everybody, really.
Oh, 100%. I remember even Paddy saying to me one time that that must have been the occasion that he was doing it for every year, and he was saying that he was even in support of families who are victims of people who abuse drugs and stuff like that and had passed away. And but the song means so much to I think to everybody, no matter what way you look at it or perceive it. Or,
and
you know.
We recorded it a few years ago, but I actually contacted the songwriter, which his name is Keith Hancock.
That's what I wanted to know, yeah.
And he's living in Bangkok now, so it was through Facebook, you can get anybody, but I sent him a couple of messages and never got back. And then he sent me a message back, gave us the go-ahead to record it, and he told us about the song. So the song is about his brother, who was killed in a motorbike crash.
Okay.
He started the song the night he died, right, and never finished it for 10 years, and then he finished it.
Yeah, he actually wrote it on the actual bouquet of flowers, he said.
Yeah.
He wrote it on the bouquet
of flowers as a kind of the words from his heart, and then a few years later, then he put music to it and came.
Wow. Keith Hancock, is that his name?
Yeah,
where is he
Manchester.
from? You know?
From Manchester.
Manchester, okay. Because
I
was actually Googling.
That's any good.
I was Googling there and all I found, I was like, I don't know who actually wrote
He
this
had
song.
to rob mom with information.
What?
He had to rob mom with information.
You're probably announcing all the time on stage, whatever, yeah. I also never knew, you're after The Life I'm On It, didn't that was a Scottish song?
Scottish song, yeah, we always thought it was another song. It's got
Ray's there. Go ahead, Ray.
Ray does.
How are you, Ray?
Ray does his history.
I was texting your brother a minute ago, Ray, saying that you're here with me on the show, like, you know.
Yeah, send that Phil Robbie always down.
Did Phil Kilder write that song? Or who wrote that song? I don't know. I thought it was Phil Kilder, actually. Who wrote
I'm on it. I don't know.
I must be wrong then,
It
if it's
before
Scottish
his
then, yeah.
time, I don't know.
Okay, right.
It was Phil Kilder, 80.
Give us the microphone there so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Some group called the BeerMats must have wrote.
Roa, okay.
No one claiming it.
Look,
You take the royalties off, all right.
you are going to sing a few original songs for us as well.
Yeah,
I
so,
see that's on the list, which I'm really looking forward to hear.
One of them was already visible.
The Last Stand.
The Trip.
Yeah.
Last
The
Stand.
Last Stand is
is
next,
one of our own,
and The Trip is one of our own as well.
Okay.
Is it? The Trip one of our own?
That was
No, that's
our
Michael
good
Digman.
friend
Michael Digman in.
He's as good as a member of the band.
Yeah, he's good as a member. So we played in Canada. Michael Dignan invited us over to Canada to play for the Wounded Warriors, it's called. So it's ex-army who was being wounded at war or whatever. So we went over and we raised a good few bob one night with a lot of Hell's Angels. And when we went in, they said, right, off with your gear and put the Hell's Angel gear on. So we were up on stage with a lot of Hell's Angel gear on. So it was a mad night.
Very sweaty.
So hello, Michael Dignan, if you're listening in.
You got to go over a bike now?
Yeah, no, we didn't. They wouldn't even go that far now.
So who's the songwriter, or are you all writing songs together?
We all chip in,
Yeah, we do
You
all
all chip in, and who's the musical director, should I say, or who's arranging the songs?
I suppose one of us might have an idea, and you just build on it. And you get somewhere in the end that suits the band, and that's how.
That's the way it goes.
After a few arguments.
Well, The Last Stand now, I wrote the words when it's The Last Stand, to get me spoken in there, and Brian put the music to it and that. But I watched a film or a documentary on T.G. Carr at the time. It was about the 7 signatories in the 1916, and so we done it for the 100 years. So we put it together and come out like that, and you come out good. Yeah, we love it.
How long ago did you write it?
Well, it was 2015, so it was for the centenary.
Sorry, it was for that. Okay, right, okay.
For that, yeah.
I was especially for that. Okay, so okay,
It was,
that's cool.
The Last Stand was based in, before they went to GPO, was Beer Street. So and they're trying to tear down the building. So we went down and played it live just after.
I followed the page on Facebook. Yeah. Was there a big turnout for it?
There was, yeah.
Yeah?
There was, yeah. That was a good day. There was a lot of politicians there as well, getting getting the photograph taken with the BeerMats.
Of course.
Never paid as well, I did.
I like it. Well put in there. Lads, I'm going to ask you to go back on stage and do a few more songs, and then we get stuck in to find out more about each individual one of you and find out where you're from and stuff like that. And I know you're from Ballyfermot, but find out a little bit more about your background and stuff like that, and maybe some of you play with different bands and what the lineup is and the whole lot. You want to take the stage? I'll go back to this camera and try and talk and say something nice. So lads, the BeerMats, they've been around for 28 years. I want to find out a bit more history about those 28 years. It's a long time for a band to be together, so it's great. And to keep a 5-piece band on the road, I'm sure it has its difficulties and its ups and downs, so going to get stuck in and find out some information about that. Looking forward to hearing the original songs and looking forward to find out everything about the lads. So I'm going to hand you back over to them and look forward to it. Here we are, the BeerMats again.
Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand we fight with pride. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand won't be denied. Dark clouds darken over Dublin, we assemble to Liberty Hall. Picked up our guns on Easter Monday, marched to settle this once and for all. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand we fight with pride. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand won't be denied. With Casement in custody and McNeil reneging on his plan, we still went ahead to take back our lands. Called by our leaders to GPO in Uruguay, we raised our flag and we fought the British Empire. Dublin's on fire, GPO in flames. Heavy artillery ran down on our town. Orders rang out, Holly still in command. Off to Mooresfield will be our last stand. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand we fight with pride. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand won't be denied. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand we fight with pride. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand won't be denied. Our leaders met there for one last time, surrender found guilty of no crime. Executed one by one, went to their grave, Ireland's freedom begun. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand we fight with pride. Arm in arm, side by side, hand in hand won't be denied. Hand in hand won't be denied. Lovely. That's especially for Michael McGuire in Kentucky in USA and Maryland. So as we said before, we met this man. He's from Ballyfermot and he moved to Canada, I think about 20, 30, probably 40 years ago, Michael Digman. And he sent us this song called A Trip. And it's about a man that really wants to come back to Ireland but can't really find his way back. So it goes something like this. I left my home a million years ago, and I haven't been back in such a long time, you know. I'm gonna take a trip by plane or by ship, and surrender to her call. My heart, my dreams, my all, for she is the loveliest of them all. For she is the loveliest of them all. Now something is calling me from an isle across the sea, so I have to go see who beckons from the old country. I'm gonna take a trip by plane or by ship and surrender to her call. My heart, my dreams, my all, for she is the loveliest of them all. For she is the loveliest of them all. I'll journey across this ocean, don't think it'll be a one-way trip to the place they call the old country. I'm gonna take a trip by plane or by ship and surrender to her call. My heart, my dreams, my all, for she is the loveliest of them all. For she is the loveliest of them all. There's a place that we call home, and sometimes it's best left alone. All our heroes are carved in stone. Now it's time for me to go home. I'm gonna take a trip by plane or by ship and surrender to her call. My heart, my dreams, my all, for she is the loveliest of them all. For she is the loveliest of them all. I'm gonna take a trip by plane or by ship and surrender to her call. My heart, my dreams, my all, for she is the loveliest of them all. For she is the loveliest of them all. My home away from home. Thank you very much. With this next song, we came across this lovely man called Mr. Brendan Phelan many, many years ago in a place called, where was that place, Brian, in town? Mother Red Caps, that's the one. And we went down and we had a few points, as Irish ballad groups do, but we thought we were going to be on first on the night, but we ended up being on last, and we were the worst for wear after a few points. But he gave us a heap of songs, and this is one of them. And it's called The Equalizer, and it's the only thing we're really guaranteed in this world. And it goes something like this. When I was just a baby, my mother told me, son, the fruits of your hard labour, go taste them, everyone. God's most in his garden, I tasted every tree. You'll get no second helping in that 6 foot by tree. Oh, the 6 foot by tree will always get you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. Now the only justice in this whole world I see, that great big equalizer, 6 foot by tree. The worker makes a living, the boss he makes a pile. Poor man heaving hand-me-downs, rich man wears a smile. Some live in big white mansions, some die in poverty. We all go down together in that 6 foot by 3. Oh, the 6 foot by 3 will always get you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. About the only justice in this whole world I see. Great big equalizer, the 6 foot by 3. The Frenchmen, they make whoopee, the English, they make laws. The Russians, they make Lastov, Yankee, they make wars. In Ireland, we drink porter and drink it endlessly. Mr. Matchy makes a fortune on that 6 foot by 3 acapello. Oh, the 6 foot by 3 will always get you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. About the only justice in this whole world I see. Great big equalizer, 6 foot by 3. In the gloomy mist of winter or the brighter summer's day, the warmth keep on smiling when they're digging up the clay. Just a one-way ticket when you travel RIP. No file of facts can save you from that 6 foot by 3. Oh, the 6 foot by 3 will always get you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. About the only justice in this whole world I see. Great big equalizer, the 6 foot by 3. Now you might think me bitter, or you might think me mad. You might think I'm angry when in fact I'm awful glad. Young upward mobile are down and out like me, all and up horizontal in that 6 foot by 3. Oh, the 6 foot by 3 will always catch you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. About the only justice in this whole world I see. Great big equalizer, the 6 foot by 3. Oh, the 6 foot by 3 will always get you in the end. Rich man, the poor man, the enemy and the friend. About the only justice in this whole world I see. Great big equalizer, the 6 foot by 3. That great big equalizer called the 6 foot by 3.
Yeah.
Lovely, the great Brendan Phelan. Well, if you have to do with one of my heroes, is a great man called Mr. Luke Kelly. This is a great song called Kelly, the Boys from Killan. What's the news, on me bold chevaliers, with your long barrel guns from the sea? Tell me who is the giant with the gold coming there, he who lies at the head of your band? Goodly news did I bring you to Ford, goodly news till I bring Ballyman. For the boys marching on from the south to the north, led by Kelly, the boy from Killan. Tell me who is the giant with the gold curling hair, he who lies at the head of your band. 7 feet is his height with some inches to spare, he looks like a king in command. Oh me boys, that's the pride of the bold chevaliers, our greatest heroes of man. Give your fever a lot and give 3 ringing cheers for John Kelly, the boy from Killan. And his Scotties and flames and old Wexford is won, and tomorrow the Barrow we cross. On a hill over town we have planted a gun that will battle the gateway to Ross. All the portmen and barley men will march over heath with J. Henry to lead in the band. But the foremost of all in this grim step of death will be Kelly, the boy from Killan. where the foreground of freedom due darkness embrace, and it's led by the Slaney roadways. And poor Wexford, stripped naked on high on a cross, with our hearts bled by traitors and knaves. Glory, oh, to the brave men who fought for the cause of the long-trodden man. Glory, oh, to Mount Leinster, oh, darling and bright, Dr. Kelly, the boy from Callan. Will be Kelly, the boy from Callan.
There we have it, the BeerMats again. At least I'm not nearly crying after that one. We've got a few fans watching in. I know it's probably strange for the lads playing virtually as such with 1,000 empty seats kind of in front of us, apart from the very few that are here. But we have Jim Cox, just to mention a few names watching in, supporting, Jamie Bourne, we've got Thomas Goulding, Raymond Smith, John Gibbs, Sarah Boland, Mossy Power. So there's quite a lot of people tuning in to watch us, lads. And whatever page you're watching it from, it's actually gone out for about 5 or 6 pages at the minute, possibly more, because I think there's been about 20 or 30 shares already from different pages. Lads, so you are being watched, and they are watching the cracks that's going on.
That's just our family, Steve.
There's a few songwriters in that list as well. Thomas Gowland, who we recorded a song not too long ago called Henrietta Street, a great song. We were going to do it tonight, but we weren't practiced enough.
Okay.
And I say hello to John Gibbs as well. We're going to do a couple of John Gibbs songs comes up as well. So John Gibbs is the man who wrote Irish Ways and Irish Laws.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that myself. That's brilliant, like, you know. Also, I got a couple of messages this morning from, he's not going to be watching now, but he said, because it's 5 o'clock in the morning over in Canada, he said, and he was just asking me, is it on later? Can he watch in after? I said, look, it's going to be up on Facebook from the BeerMats page, it's from my page, from the Scientology page, from all the other people that are sharing it as well. But Michael Dignam, Dignam.
He wrote The Trip. That was the second song that we did there.
Aha, okay. Yeah. So that's where the head. So he was really interested to see.
We recorded the song called The Traveller as well.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So yeah, you've definitely got the mention. I told him, I texted him back and says I'll definitely give you the mention. So lads, are you all from Ballyfermot?
4 of us are from Ballyfermot. Brian
I'm from Rathfarnham. It's not too far away.
Not too far away. You'd be forgiven.
A bit of a commute for the rehearsals.
Yeah.
Who is the founding members, or what's going on? 28 years, a long time.
Myself and Brian. Brian.
Oh,
Smith. So it all started in a little small bar in Ballyfermot. Downstairs there was a few lads used to play there Thursday nights, was it, Brian? Tuesday, Thursday nights. Thursday nights, yeah. And we just used to sit in with them, and then Brian picked up the guitar and I just started singing, and that was it. The lads kind of moved away and we were just left there, and we just kind of formed a band. It was never meant to be. It just happened. You know what I mean?
One of the lads here actually said to me, says 28 years together. They're relatively new, and compared to the Dublin City Ramblers or something like that. But you're catching up on them.
Oh yeah, catching up on them. Yeah.
Will you catch them?
Well, you never know.
We're only young for this.
50 years they were celebrating.
Dublin CEO.
Yeah. But that was just because we had them on a few weeks ago.
Good pals with Sean and all. We played with Sean in Vicar Street twice, I think, 3 times.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, many years ago, yeah.
That's right, I actually heard that. That was before, I don't know if it was before or after I was with them for a few years or whatever.
I think it was before, yeah, before.
Right.
Yeah, Screamo was with them. And
okay, so it was well before then, yeah. And so, what happened with the band? Did you start off 2-piece, you started off, then 3-piece, then 4-piece?
Well, there was 2 other lads. Paulie Gam was with us back then, and Paul O'Donnell was with us. Paul O'Donnell has since passed away, and the rest of them. And then we got a break. We got a Thursday and Saturday night in the Keg pub in Jervis Street, and then we just started learning the trade. Then really, we went in with probably 4 or 5 songs and came out with 50 songs. You know what I mean? Just by playing every week and listening to other musicians and talking to people and stuff like that. You know.
And who, after yourselves, are you
Well,
one of, there?
He only came good when I joined, like, so they sound good now, you know.
Because I've been following and seeing these over the years on different stages. That,
Yeah, I'll be 20 years next year with them.
Yeah.
So I met the lads out, unfortunately. It was a year, my son passed away, Anthony, and I wrote Anthony's farewell for him anyway. But the lads were playing down in the club a year later when they done an anniversary, and I seen them playing at the actual mass. So I met them a month. They used to play was it first Friday or the last Friday of each month. So I went up to have a listen to them, and I was that good then they wouldn't let me go. So that was how I met them.
Yeah, gee, and that's
That's
cool.
He said he can play a whistle. I said, you're in.
Brilliant. And what about Brian, isn't it? Brian, how long are you with the band?
Yeah, I joined the band probably about 10 or 11 years ago, and I suppose it was at a time when the band were playing on bigger stages, and there'd be a need for bass, just to fill up a bit of space. And there was a gig in Vicar Street that was a fundraiser, and raised a lot of money that night, but it was a great night anyway. But that was my first gig with the BeerMats.
That was your first gig with them?
It was, yeah.
You weren't thrown in the deep end, were you?
Deep end, yeah. No rehearsal. Yeah, 3 chords, no rehearsal, yeah.
Wow.
And it was great, yeah, but they needed somebody good looking as well, so I had to...
Are you the sex symbol
bring
of the
up
group,
the
so,
average,
yeah?
He's a sex symbol, yeah.
But that was it, and it kind of became a 5-piece at that stage, and that's kind of the format it's been ever since, really.
Brilliant. And behind you, we've got Ray.
Ray, yeah. I am about 5 years maybe. I'd be the youngest member of the BeerMats. Probably.
He's not the youngest in age, though.
There's a fight here for sex symbol youth.
Yeah.
Definitely the youngest member. I don't know I'm the youngest in age.
Well, I was born grey anyway, so I don't care.
As Napoleon said, yeah, maybe it's taller, but you'll never be bigger.
Tell us a bit about Brendan Phelan and the songs. You've recorded a couple of Brendan songs, if I'm right.
I think we've recorded 6 or 7 Brendan Phelan songs. Yeah. Brendan's a great pal of ours. More of a friend. We met Brendan at in with our Ryder Cups, and it was a charity night for Shay Ellis. Did we?
Shay Ellis, yeah.
Shay Ellis. We went down as fresh band. I think we were only gone for 3 or 4 years at the time. I think we were on first. And we said, if we grew up and do 3 or 4 songs, we'd go up and have a few points, we'd be laughing, right? But it ended up we were on last, but we still had a few points. So when we grew up, we were very relaxed. So the minute we grew up, Brian broke a string, I think, and just disaster. But we got through it anyway. And we met Brendan that night, and he said, I have a song called 7 Sober Nights, which he offered to the Dubliners after 7 drunken nights. They didn't take it, so we took it and we recorded it, and that went very well for us at the time, And then he just gave us a few more songs. And
that 7 Sober Nights was our first album.
Yeah.
What's funny, I was actually specific on to ask you about that song. I think I learned that song from you, from a recording that you had, years ago when you did that. It's a brilliant song, isn't it? It's great crack.
It's a mad song, yeah. It's a great to get the crowd going, because we add our own words in now, depending on where we are. You know what I mean?
It has to be done. Because I know Brendan from I suppose Dublin My Tears is probably one of his most famous. I was at his album launch when he brought out another one. What was it called?
Bristol in My
Tears.
We
was at that album launch.
We were there as well. Yeah.
I drank way too much whiskey that night. I tell you, that's the last time I got drunk on whiskey.
And he's wrote East I Lily for us as well. It's another song. Your Equalizer, 7 Sober Nights, My 4 Sons.
J.O.
He wrote a song about my mother. My mother passed away, and he wrote Nancy's song. Fantastic song.
Jeez, fair play. He's a fantastic songwriter. In the 28 years, what's the best gigs you've done, you'd say, out of it?
I like travelling. I like doing the bigger gigs. It's just I think it's less pressure on the band.
Yeah.
Because looking out over a crowd of 10,000 people is better than sitting in front of 3 people. For me it is anyway. So we done Germany a few years ago, and it was in Poyenberg, which is on the outskirts of Germany, Hamburg, about an hour from Hamburg. 10,000 people in the field, and it was just amazing. It's just the atmosphere and the energy on stage was fantastic. For me, that's the highlight.
Another highlight was when we played in Toggenburg, and it was lashing rain for the whole weekend, and we were second last on before the Dublin Legends, and it rained the whole 2 days, and when we went on for our slot, it stopped raining, and it was just a complete mire of mud in front of us, and everyone was just covered in filth and that, and we played Sailing, and it was a brilliant song to play, just spontaneous, and the whole crowd got into it. And as soon as we finished, it started to lash rain again.
Lucky you then, yeah.
That was a memory, yeah.
I felt sorry for the Legends, by the way.
Yeah.
We've been lucky that way. We went to play in Kilmainham Jail, do you know? And we played
stop,
on an Easter Sunday morning, same thing, bad Irish weather, and we sang Easter Lily. And as soon as we started, this is now as the sun came out, and when we stopped, out came the rain. You couldn't plan it. Honestly, God, you couldn't plan it. You couldn't.
What about the Louisville Irish Festival in the Boyo as well?
We met a woman called Peggy Bass. She's probably listening in tonight. In Ireland, 2008 was it?
2010, I think, was it?
Was it 2002? Could have been.
I don't know how I know that.
Oh,
I just read the Boyo.
and we met her in town, and we clicked on it. I said, we got to know her and all that. And she was one of the head people at that festival, and she was involved in the Celts on the River in Indiana, and that's how we got over there the first time. Went over, we played at the Louisville Irish Fest on the Broadwalk, or something like that. The seafront. It was on the seafront anyway. Great, they looked after us, fantastic. And then they asked us back 2 years later to do the Louisville Fest again, and we played at the Indiana Fest as well at the same time. It was just fantastic. I mean, for us, starting a little band, we never thought we'd even travel, you know what I mean? But just to get to these places and meet these people, it was amazing, you know what I mean?
Well, in 28 years, you're going to get a lot under your belt, like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I suppose, yeah. But when you're starting off, you never think you'd achieve this stuff, you know what I mean?
But when I look at, like, when I name out naming those names at the start for the intro for you, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, talent just come out of Ballyfermot alone, like, you know, like, when you see, I unfortunately never got to meet Liam Weldon.
Yeah.
Like one of has to be one of the first nearly to come out, like, with the music, unreal, like, you know. Liam Kennedy, like, you know, brilliant. I was only talking with Ryder, because his brother was on to me not so long ago, looking for a video, because my dad was playing with Liam and your brother Christy on
live at 3 or something like that,
whatever, you know. But it's great talent, and then the likes of the Furies coming out, like, you know, it's and yourselves, obviously, like, you know. What about the Keenans? I don't know too much about the Keenans, but we had one of their nephews on the show not so long ago.
I'll hand it over to Brian. That's his era.
Yeah.
I knew Paddy Keenan going back a long time ago, Piper, and I knew his sister. She passed away. She's a lovely girl, and his sister's son plays banjo. He's a great banjo player, but I haven't seen Paddy in a long time. You know.
We actually done a gig with him one night with him, Mark Fury, in the Sheldon Hotel, remember?
Yeah, but that's a good while ago.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago, must be easily. But, no, talented man, I have to say. Very talented man.
Would you know the Feekers? That was the band, the duo
that
we had on. Yeah, they're from the Ballyfermot area as well, like, you know. So, last 2 years, the same as everybody else, it's been difficult, like, you know. Is that your first one doing to a camera, or did you just do some of the live Facebook things and stuff like that?
We did a couple. We did. There was the one in the Crow Park one.
Oh, we doing Crow Park for you know, for the people the people's getting a passport.
Wait, hang on a minute. I'm asking you, did you do any Facebook gigs? I didn't do any, and you forgot about Crow Park.
Yeah, I did actually forget about it.
Did you forget about Crow Park?
I got an email out of the blue from the Department of Justice. I said, here we're in trouble if something, we must have done something wrong. But they actually asked us to play in Crow Park at the citizenship for people getting their new passports. So anybody who's come to Ireland to live here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the citizenship.
It's about 1,000 of ago.
They were doing a virtual show, like, through COVID, you know. So that's how that happened, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was the only time in the last 2 years we've been on camera.
It's a great gig to get. We've been going out to so many different countries, I'm assuming as well, did it? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Nationwide.
Or a lot of countries watching in from...
Yeah. We tried the live thing on Facebook and all that, and we could never get the sound right, so we just gave it a lamp because
Yeah, it was very
people were
hard, you know.
complaining that it's muffled and stuff like that. It wasn't worth doing it, you know. So the last 3 months we started practicing again because we knew it was going to open up again. So
Yeah, it's good to see it coming back. It's getting there slowly but surely.
But that's our second live show really
okay.
in 2 years.
So far, so good.
Yeah, well,
Sounding great out there, lads. It really is. Like, you know, I know there's not many of us there.
we're a
in the
little bit
audience,
rusty, but we'll get there. You know.
No, it's super.
We're due in Switzerland now, the 4th and 5th of December, is it? 4th, 5th and 6th.
Yeah,
I
big
was
shout
on-
out to Paddy O'Brien's.
Paddy
Winterthur.
O'Brien's.
Paddy O'Brien's. I've been in it. I've had a point in it, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great pub,
I
great
do a
pub.
bit over there as well. Like,
Max
you
and
know.
Susie, lovely people.
You used to do some festivals over there as well. Did you?
We do
Is it Paddy O'Brien's Festival?
Toggenberg Festival. It's,
okay.
It's about an hour from, about an hour from Winterthur, which is where Paddy O'Brien's is.
What date is over there?
I think it's the 5th and 6th.
5th and 6th of September, I think.
December.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, this one or the festival.
No, oh, sorry. Yeah, I want to know both actually.
Oh, we're leaving Ireland on the 3rd of December.
Yeah.
For Paddy O'Brien's.
So we 4th, 5th and 6th, something like that now, you know.
He's doing how many nights he's doing? He's doing a couple of nights
We're
there.
doing
or-
a couple of
We're
nights.
doing two nights. We're going on Friday and we practice and all. Like, we won't be drinking around. And then Ray's flying in on the Saturday. So we're doing Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, brilliant!
And
Yeah,
back Monday.
it's great crack over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything planned? How many albums have you recorded over the years?
Officially or unofficially.
There must be 10 or 12.
There must be.
Yeah.
There's a collection of stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, we had songs that we had on the back burner and never put out, and then I'd say to us, I'm going to put this out and see what happens. But most of the stuff we sell abroad, you know, but it's all on YouTube and iTunes and all that. So
Spotify have them all.
Spotify is robbing all our money.
yeah, exactly.
That's what's happening, lads. Like, you know, it's I don't know what way the music industry is going to go now with CDs.
You get that 0.001 cent out of your song.
I did get it. Yeah, I think it was 0.0000. Yeah, I did. I remember getting 10,000 hits off one song, and I think I got 20 cent. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Have you plans to record something else they're going to put out shortly, or another album, anything like that? Or have you been thinking about it? Or?
Yeah, we are working away in the background. I'm doing all the talking. You just talk, will you?
Yeah, well, working on that John Gibbs song. It's called The Great Hunger, and that's kind of in the process at the moment. So that'll be the start of something, I suppose. It'll be maybe a little bit of a different sound, you know, and we'll see how it lands. But we'll probably try and use that as a good anchor song for an album and that style, maybe get about 7 or 8 more tracks that would suit it. But it's a great song.
There was another song we're doing. We got, what's Kathleen's second name? Who wrote The Bridge? It was lovely. We used to play down Red Cross, and it's a lovely pub.
Kathleen O'Neill, yeah.
Kathleen O'Neill, was it? Yeah. She gave us these words.
You used to play in Red Cross, is it?
Red Cross, yeah. It's like a holiday home place.
I know
But
where you're
the
talking
pub
about.
is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I live down the road from it.
Did
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I forget the name.
brewery.
Of
Did you ever see the brewery?
I haven't been there. I
Oh,
haven't even been in the
fantastic.
pub.
Mickey
yeah.
Finn's.
Mickey
Oh,
Finn's, that's the
yeah.
one.
Red
Yeah,
Cross,
yeah.
yeah. But Kathleen gave us the words to this song called The Bridge. Fantastic song.
Cool, look forward to it.
That's on the back burner. We're just trying. We're not starting back really again.
You have to put a date on it, lads. That's the way
I know,
it is.
yeah, I know.
In my books, anyway, it doesn't get done unless I put a date on it, like, you know.
No.
So obviously, all the social media pages everywhere
Yeah.
to find us. You just have a website as well. That's right.
Yeah.
So to
Need
keep
update it.
updated.
That's
so.
my fault.
It needs to be updated. Okay, we can update. Lads, thanks very much for coming on the show. We're going to go on and finish off with a song.
Yeah,
I'm delighted to
thanks,
be able to
Stephen.
get on stage with you.
Thank you.
Thanks very
Thanks,
much.
Stephen.
Lads, look out for the BeerMats and their new album coming. And I'm delighted to be able to step on stage with them. The last time I saw them was at the Fla in up in where was it, Dundalk? Up in Drogheda, I'm forgetting. And they were playing after me. So I'm going to go up and join them for a song. I'm delighted to be able to do it. Give us a second.
Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, the passing tales and glories once was Dublin town. The hollowed halls and houses, haunting children chimes, are a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time.
Oh, me name, it is Champs-Élysées, as Dublin as can be. Born-hard and lace in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade I was a cooper, a stout through tendency, like my house that fell through progress, my trade's a memory.
And I courted Peggy Dyden, as pretty as you please. You born this child of Mary, did a rebel liberty. I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal, when he took her off to Birmingham. She stole away my soul. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time.
And the years have made me bitter, the Caggleton's my brain, 'cause Dublin keeps on changing and nothing seems the same. The Pillar and the Met have gone, the Royal have since pulled down, as the grey unyielding concrete makes the city of my town.
Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. So fare thee well, sweet Anna living, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages spring up along the quay. My mind's so full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. One more time, Stephen, come on. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. Yes, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much, lads. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you.
Brilliant to have you.
Thanks for all the
Thanks,
soundmen
Stephen.
and cameramen and all the
much.
girls and boys. Thanks very much.
Thank you, lads. Don't forget to tune in next week, folks. We caught Evan DeRosta. Looking forward to it. Same time, same place, 7 o'clock. See you then. Thank you.